KB. How are you today? I miss you so much, and I hope that you're having a lot of fun staying at home with your mommies and daddies, and that you're having a really good time learning and playing there. So, today we are going to talk about a new topic in English and in GP, and our topic is community helpers. Can you say that with me? Let's clap it out. Community. One more time. Community. So a community helper is someone who works in our community or someone who works in our neighborhood. And another word for that could be occupation. Let's pull our ears this time. Occupation. 4 syllables. So a community helper or an occupation is a job or someone who works in our community. For example, Miss Erin is a teacher. Can you think of any more occupations or community helpers? Today we're going to read a book about a specific occupation. So the title of our book is Donut Chef. So what is his occupation? He is a chef. What does a chef do? That's right. They make things, they cook things, they bake things, they cook food. This specific chef, he likes to cook donuts. And it's easy to tell he likes to cook donuts because look at his body. His body is the shape of a donut. All right, so before we begin our story, we're going to talk about 2 different vocabulary words. So, the first word we're going to talk about is feud. Let's read it together. Feud. Feud. Now, this is a hard word, but a feud means when people are fighting or when people are angry with each other. So if you're having a feud with someone, that means you are fighting with them or you are angry with them, just like these 2 guys here. So the second word we're going to talk about today, it has a sneaky E. Can you help me read this word? Glazed. Glazed. One more time. Glazed. Glazed. So with glazed, we're specifically talking about donuts. So a glazed donut looks like this. Have you ever had a glazed donut? They make vanilla glazed, they make chocolate glazed, but the most popular would be a vanilla glaze. Okay, are we ready to read our story today? So remember, when Miss Erin is reading, we're sitting crisscross, applesauce. Our hands are in our laps, our ears are listening, and our eyes are in the, no, they are on the book. Okay, are we ready, KB? Let's go. Donut Chef. Look at all those donuts. The Donut Chef by Bob Staake. So we know Donut Chef is the title, and Bob Staake is going to be our author. And the author is the person who writes the story. Good job. Okay, while you're listening to this book, I want you to listen for the words that rhyme. Once upon a summer's day, a donut chef was heard to say, "On this street where people stop, I'll open up a donut shop." The store was cozy, made of brick. He got it ready super quick. He washed the walls, he swept the floor, he hung a sign above the door. He stacked his pots, he cleaned his pans. He dusted off the ceiling fans. He grabbed a spoon, then turned a knob, and set the stove to do his job. Now his job is what? He's a chef. That donut chef, he worked so hard by mixing flour, sugar, lard. He baked his donuts fresh at dawn, then hoped by noon they'd all be gone. At first, one man walked in the store, but then a line snaked out the door. The donuts soon were all the rage, adored by folks of every age. So do you think the donuts are yummy? How do you know they're really yummy? What are these people doing? They're waiting in line. If they're waiting to eat the donut, do you think the donut will be yummy or yucky? It's probably going to be yummy if they're going to wait in line for a donut. Good job. Soon word got out of this success, and to another chef, no less, who said to him, "Your shop is through when my store shop opens next to you." So we have another character, our first donut chef, and now we have the second donut chef. Do you think this one will be mean or nice? I think he looks kind of mean. Indeed, with 2 shops on the block, both selling donuts round the clock. Well, people asked, you might have guessed, whose donuts are the very best? So is it the Donut Land donuts or the Donut World donuts? Which donuts do you think are the best? This chef or this chef? Two donut shops on one small street. For customers, they did compete. Each used his donut selling tricks before he closed the doors at 6. If one chef dropped his donut cost, the next would add more chocolate frost. If one would scream, "Buy 2, get 3," the other yelled, "But mine are free." So these chefs, they are having a feud. They are fighting about whose donuts are the best. Whose are the best? Now both chefs, do they look very kind now? Not really. They look very evil and mean because they are having a feud. They made new flavors quite bizarre, like cherry frosted lemon bar and peanut butter brickled milk and gooey cocoa mocha silk. They tried new shapes beyond just rings. Their donuts were such crazy things. Some were square and some were starry. Some looked just like calamari. Some were airy and some were coney. Some resembled macaroni. So, do you think that the children and the people like the donuts? Do they still think the donuts are yummy? Look at their faces. No, they don't think they're yummy. This girl's like, yucky. It wasn't long before the sweets looked not at all like donut treats. They'd lost their taste. They'd lost their soul. They even lost their donut hole. So they're not good donuts anymore. They're not tasting very yummy like the glazed donut. The chefs continued with their feud, cooked up more crazy frosted food. But the chefs didn't care that the people didn't like the donuts, do they? They just are caring about having a feud or fighting with each other to make the best crazy donuts. Let's find out what happens next. Here comes a new character. Her name is Debbie Sue. Then in walked little Debbie Sue, a teeny girl, just barely 2. She looked at all the donuts weird, the flavor strange, the topping smeared. She looked and looked but could not find the one that was her favorite kind. What do you think her favorite kind of donut is? If she can't find it here with all the crazy donuts, what's her favorite donut? Excuse me, mister, said the tyke, but where's the donut that I like? It isn't here. It isn't there. You think it's under that eclair? Oh, surely, said the chef with grace. Your donut's in this donut case. Do you think her favorite donut is there? I don't think so. We've donuts laced with kiwi jam and served inside an open clam. Donuts made with huckleberry. Don't be scared, they're kinda hairy. And donuts made from spiced rum pears, so popular with millionaires. We've donuts lighter than a wisp, donuts gooey, donuts crisp, donuts dressed just like a Shriner, donuts major, donuts minor. If we don't have it, you can bet it can't be found, at least not yet. The choice of donuts left her dazed, said Debbie Sue, but I want glazed. So Debbie wants what kind of donut? A glazed donut. Now remember, is the glazed donut a weird, crazy donut? No, it's the most simple of them all. The crowd went silent. Jaws hung low. You see all their faces? Jaws hung low. A flavor choice from long ago. No one orders donuts glazed. The chef was startled, then amazed. A donut glazed? That's so old time. From when a donut cost a dime. So the chef can't believe that little Debbie Sue, she wants just a glazed donut. The normal donut. Not a crazy, funky donut, but just a glazed donut. Hey, I like glazed, a voice chimed in. Me too, I love them. Where have they been? Then all the people sang in praise of simple donuts dipped in glazed. The clever chef then got a thought and turned his stove to super hot. What do you think he's gonna do? What kind of donut do you think he will make? A glazed donut. Flour, sugar, just a cup, and in a bowl, he mixed them up. He let it cook, knew what to do, and ding! The timer chimed on cue. Your donut's ready, Debbie Sue. She popped the donut in the air, and in her mouth it landed there. And she chewed it, smiled, and gave a wink. There's nothing quite like glazed, I think. So does Debbie Sue like the glazed donut? Yes, she does. It's delicious. All right, so do you see my other evil chef? Are there people waiting in line at his donut store? No, they're all over here again. The crowd called out and yelled, I'm next! Bought glazed delights by cash and checks. The donut chef, he wrote the line, amazing glazed, his store's new sign. Now throngs of people happily wait to buy his donuts by the crate. The donut chef, he'd never guessed of all the flavors he did best that most folks love a glazed the best. The end. Very good. So we have a few characters in here, but 3 of them are the most important characters. So I want you to think now, who are the characters? Where is the setting? And when is the setting? I hope you enjoyed our story time today, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, KB.